Hi kindergartners, it's Mrs. Smith, and this is our reading lesson for this week. This week I'm going to have you work on a couple of things. One thing, again, I'm going to have you practice those popcorn words. Remember, we want you guys to be able to read those really quickly before going to first grade. So I have a couple activities that I'm going to have you guys do this week just to practice those popcorn words. I'm also going to have a couple of books that I want you to try to read along with Mrs. Smith too. So that will be another video that will be attached to this lesson as well. But we're going to start off today with going over what we did, one thing that we did last week. Last week we talked about our sound cards, and I asked you guys to practice your sound cards, and we also added the digraph cards as well. So hopefully you had a chance to practice the videos, practice reading those sound cards, practice those digraph cards as well. Well, this week what we're going to do is we're going to be working on word families. So we're really going to be using some of these sound cards to help us make these words using our word families. If you remember, some of our sound cards are yellow and some of our sound cards are pink. The yellow sound cards are our consonant cards, and the pinks are our vowels. Remember, our vowels, those are the lucky letters. They get to make two sounds. Well, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be making words using what we call word families, and we're going to be using some of these consonant or the yellow cards to help us create lots of new words. So let's get started. If you look up here at my poster, I first have the word at, A-T, at. And then I also have et, E-T, et. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking these word families, we're going to be putting a consonant in front of those word families to make new words. Now, if you remember, we've talked about real words and we've also talked about nonsense words. Nonsense words are silly words. They're words that we really don't know what they are or what they mean, but we can still read those words. So today, we might even make some nonsense words when we're putting our consonant in front of our word family. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to take this flower and it has a B on it. If I put that B sound in front of at, let's see what word it's going to make. B, at. What is that word? You're right, bat. Very good job. So now let's take off that B and let's put an M in front. What sound does M make? Mm. Let's see what we're going to make. Mm, at. What's the word? Mat. Very good job. And what if I take an H and put that sound in front? What word are we going to make? You're right. Hat. Very good job. All right, here's a tricky one. Let's try putting a V in front. At. What's the word? You're right. It's vat. Very good job. Now wait a minute. Do we know what a vat is? You're right. It's one of those nonsense words. You are exactly right. We can still read the word, but it's just one of those silly words. Very good job. All right. Now let's go down to et. Are you ready? Again, we're going to take some consonants and we're going to put them in front of et to see what words we can make. First, let's put a P in front. P, et. What's the word? You're right. Pet. Very good job. Next, let's try an N. That N sound. N. What's the word? Net. Very good job. Excellent. And the last letter, a V. Let's see what it's going to be. V, et. What's the word? You're right. Vet. Awesome. All right, and for that tricky one, here we go. Let's try an F. Et. Fet. Do you know what a fet is? You're right. It's one of those nonsense words. One of those silly words. We don't really know what it is, but we can still read it. Very good job. You guys did an excellent job working with our word families and putting a consonant in front of those word families. You did awesome. So this is my challenge for you guys this week. On my next poster here, I have different word families that I would like for you to try putting consonants in front of to see what words that you can make. I also, after you make the word, I want you to think that, is that a real word or is it a nonsense word? And I would also like you trying to tap out those words. Remember those CVC words that we had? You're exactly right. You know exactly what to do when we tap out each of those sounds. That's going to be our lesson next week, practicing tapping out those sounds in words. So what I would like for you to do is, here's at. Maybe you can make some new words with at that we didn't make today. We're going to have N, E-N, am. Then we'll do an. Here's et again. You guys can do that. We're going to do add, ag, and app. So remember, you are going to change the consonant that you're going to put in front of that word family and see what words you are able to make. I can't wait to see what great words you guys can make. And remember, don't forget to read those words and even try tapping those words out after you make them. Have fun with this activity, and we'll see you next week.